करो। ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्मच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं नयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः।
रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा।
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
भगवासी नर नारी सुनी
राम काम तजिधाई।
देखि स्वरूप स्नेह सब मुरझ जन्म
फलु पाई। श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
कहि सप्रेम एक एक पाहि
राम लखनु सखी होई कि नाही।
भय बपु बरन रूप सोई आली
सील स्नेहु सरस समचाली।
वे सुन सोई सखी सियान संगा आगे अनि चली चली चतुरंगा। नहीं प्रसन्न मुख मासन केरा
सखी समेहु होई यही बेरा।
तासु तरक किया गन मन मानी
कहहि सकल तोहि समन सन्यानी।
तेहि सरहि बानी पुरि पूजी
बोली मधुर बचन तिज दूजी।
कहि सप्रेम सब कथा प्रसंगो
जहि विधि राम राज रस भंगु।
वर जहि बहुरी सराहन लागु
सील स्नेहु सुभाग सुभागी। श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
चलत पर्यारे काज फला
पीता दीन चिराजो।
चात मनावन रघुबरहि भरत सरीस को आजु।
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
भायप भगति भरत आचरनु
कहत सुनत दुख दूषण हरनु।
जो कछु कहब तोर सखी सोई
राम बंधु अस काहि न होई।
हम सब सानु जबर जहि रेके
बायन धन्य
जुबति जन लेके सुनि गुण देखि दशा पछिताई
कई जननी जोगी सुत नाही।
कौ कह दूषण रानी नारी
विधि सब दीन हमहि जो जाहि।
कह हम लोक वेद विधीनी
लघु प्रिय कुल कर चूजी मलई नाई
बसहि कुदेश कुगाव कुभामा
कह यह दर्शु पुण्य परिणामा
हस अनंदु अचिरिजु प्रतिगामा
जनु मरुभूमि
विगलत रुजामा श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
भरत दर्शु देखत खोलेहु मगलो घन कर भागो जन सिंगल बासन भयेहु विधि बस सुलभ प्रयाग
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
निज गुण सहित राम गुण गाता
सुनत जाहि सुमिरत रघुनाथा
तीरथ मुनि आश्रम सुर रामा
निरख नीरज जहि करहि प्रणामा
मन ही मन मागहि बरुएहु
सिया राम पर
बरु मसनेहु मिलहि की रात कोल बनवासी विघ्नाहन बतु जति उदासी करी प्रणाम पुछहि जहि तेहि
कहि बनलकनु राम
हे प्रभु समाचार सब कहि
भरत ही देखि जन्म फलु लहहि
जे जन कहि कुशल हम देखे
ते प्रिय राम लखन सब लेके
यही विधि बूझत सबहि सभानि
सुनत राम बनवास कहानी
श्री राम
जय राम श्री राम जय राम
तेहि बासर बसि प्राचहि चले सुमिरी रघुनाथ राम दरस की लालसा
भरत सरिस सब साथ श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम
मंगल सगुन होई सब काहू
पर कही सुखद बिलोचन बाहु
भरत ही सहित समाज उचाहू मिली हहि राम मिटी ही दुख जाहू करत मनोरथ जस जिया जाके जाहि सनेह
सुरा सब जाके
शिथिल अंगु बग मगर गडोलन
बिहबल बचन प्रेम बस बोलहि
राम सकहि तेहि समय दिखावा
शैल शिरोमणि सहज सुहावा
जासु समीप सरित पय तीरा
सिया समेत बसहि दो बीरा
देखि करहि सब दंड प्रणामा
कही जय जानकी जीवन रामा
प्रेम मगन सराज समाज
जनु फिर अवध चले रघुराजु श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम
भरत प्रेम जेहि समय जसा जस कहि सकहि न शेषु कभी अगम जिमि ब्रह्म सुखा अहम मम मलिनि जनेषु
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम
सकल स्नेह सिथिल रघुबर के
गए कोस
दिन कर धर के चलु तलु देखि बसे निसि बीचे
दीन गवनु रघुनाथ प्रीते
मुहारा मुजरना अवशेषा
जागे
या सपना अस देखा सहित समाज भरत जनु आए
नाथ वियोग ताप तन ताए
सकल मलिन मन दीन दुकारी
देखि सासु आन बस सोच विमोचन
लखन सपन अनेक न होई कथन कुचाह सुनाई कोई अस कही बंधु समेत नहानी पूज पुरारी साधु सन माने श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री 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 रामचंद्र कृपालो भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालो भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख धर कंज पर कंजारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख धर कंज पर कंजारुणम सनमानि सुरमुन बंदी बैठे उत्तर दिस देखत भये नभ दूरी कर मृग पूरी भागे विकल प्रभु आश्रम गए तुलसी उठे अवलोकी कारम काह चित सक चित रहे सब समाचार की बाट कोलन आई गई अवसर भये श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजुमन हरन भव भय दारुणम रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
सुनत सुमंगल बैना मन प्रबोध जन कुल कवरा सरर सरोरुहनैना तुलसी भरी स्नेह जला
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
बहुरी सोच बस बेसी अरबनु
कारण कवन भरत आगमनु
एक आई अस कहा बहोरी
सेन संग चतुरंगन तोरी
सो सुनी राम ही भांति सोचु हित पितु बचहित बंधु संकोचु भरत सुभा समुझि मन माहि
प्रभु चित हित तिथि भावत नाही
समाधान तब भायम जानि भरत कहे अहु साधु सयानि लखनु लखेउ प्रभु हृदय कभारु
कहत समय समनीति विचारो
बिनु पूछे कछु कहु गोसाई सेवक समय नीति बिताई तुम सरबज्ञ शिरोमणि स्वामी
आपनि समुझ कहै अनुगामी
नाथ सुहृद सुधि सरचेत शील स्नेह निराना सब पर प्रीति प्रतीति जिया जानिया आप समाना
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम
विषय जीव पाई प्रभु जाई
मूढ़ मोह बस होहि जनाई
भरत हुनीत रात साधु सूजन
प्रभु पर प्रेम सकल जग जाना
देवा जुराज पर
राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम।
सहस बाहु सुरनाथ शंकु, जहि न राज बन दीन नलम। भरत कीन यह उचित पाऊ, दीप राघव काऊ। एक कीन नहीं भरत बुलाई, निररे राम जानी सहाय। समुझी परि सो आजु बेसी, समरस रूप राम मुख पेखी। जना कहतन रस भूला, रन रस पुलक मित मूला। प्रभु पर बंदिसी सच राखी, बोले सत्य सहज बलुमासी। अनुज जनातन मानव मोरा, भरत हमहि उपचरान तोरा। कह लगी सही अरहिया मनु मारे,
नाथ साथ जनु हाथ हमारे। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम।
छत्र जाति रघुकुल जनमु, राम अनुगज जाना। लादहु मारे चरत सर, नीच कुटुंब समाना।
श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम।
तुति कर ज्योतिर जाय सुमागा, मनहु बीत सोमत जागा। बाली जटा सिर कसी कछि भाषा, साजी सरा सायक सुहाना। आजु राम सेवक जसु लेऊ, भरत ही समर सिकावन देऊ। राम निरादर करम लुभाई,
सोहु समर सेज गौबाई।
आई बना बल सकल समाजु,
भरत करऊ
पाचिलाजु। जिमि करि निकर दलई मृगराजु, लेल पेज बाजिमि बाजु। तैसे ही भर जैसे न समेटा, सानुज निरर निदान केटा। जाऊ सहाय कर संकर आई, तो मारो रन राम दुआई। श्री राम जय राम,
श्री राम जय जय राम।
अति सरस माके लखनू, लखी सुनि सकत प्रवाना। सभय लोक पति, चाहत भवन भगाना।
श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम।
रघुवीरा
रघुवीरा रणवीरा,
बंधु
मम बंधु
दया सिंधु।
दया सिंधु।
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा,
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा, रामचंद्र रघुवीरा।
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा,
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा, रामचंद्र रघुवीरा।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
राम चरण बारिज जब देखूं,
राम जय जय राम।
तब निज जन्म सफल कर लेखो। सत्संग विवेक न होई।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय जय राम।
मोरे तुम प्रभु गुरु पितु माता।
श्री राम जय राम।
जाऊं कहाँ तजी पद जल जाता।
श्री राम जय राम।
राम कथा के तेई अधिकारी।
श्री राम जय राम।
जिनके सत्संगति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय राम।
सीताराम चरण रति मोरे।
श्री राम जय राम।
अनुदिन बढ़ऊ अनुग्रह तोरे।
श्री राम जय राम।
रामचंद्र गुण बरन लागा।
श्री राम जय राम।
सुनत ही सीता कर दुख भागा।
श्री राम जय राम।
अवध तहाँ जहाँ राम निवासु।
श्री राम जय राम।
यहीं दिवस जहाँ भानु प्रकाशु।
श्री राम जय राम।
कोमल चित अति दीन दयाला।
श्री राम जय राम।
कारण बिनु रघुनाथ कृपाला।
श्री राम जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
श्री राम जय राम।
करुणा निधान प्रभु श्री 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 राम।
सीता वल्लभ हनुमत सेवित।
सीता वल्लभ हनुमत सेवित।
सीता वल्लभ हनुमत सेवित।
सीता वल्लभ हनुमत सेवित।
भरत प्राण हरि प्रिय रघुराम।
भरत प्राण हरि प्रिय रघुराम।
भरत प्राण हरि प्रिय करुणा निधान प्रभु श्री राम 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 दशरथ नंदन संत जन रंजन 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 माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक माया प्रेरक मुक्ति प्रदायक करुणा निधान प्रभु श्री राम 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया रे बो जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय सिया 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 राम श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय गजाननम भूतगणादिसेवितम् कपितजम्बू फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डित करा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं धीमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं नरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
मंगल भवन मंगलहारी द्रवपुष दशरथ अजिर बिहारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आई प्राण जाए बरु वचन न जाई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम।
राम एकता बसती अतारी नाम को त्रिकल कोमति सुधारी।
श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम।
नहीं कलिकर मन भगति विवेकु राम नाम अवलंबन एकु।
श्री
हरि रस सानी श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
काहू न को सुख दुख कर दाता निज कृत कर्म भोग सब भाता
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा जो जस कर सो तस फलु चाखा श्री
राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
होई ही सोई जो राम रचि राखा को करि कर कब भावे साखा
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
बरे भाग मानुष तन पावा सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ निगावा श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
गुरु बिनु भव निधि तरई न कोई जो बिरंची संग कर सम होई
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय
जय राम बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय. Let me welcome all of you to this satsang. Tonight we are seeing the Ayodhya Kaanda and specifically that prasanga, very famous prasanga called as Ram Bharat Milap. Milap means the meeting of Ram and Bharat. And I told you on the initial night when we started this prasanga, very long prasanga, it's going on for a few days well now. The meeting of Bharat and Bhagwan Sri Ram is a symbolic meeting of jiva with ishvara. Jiva is the individual. And I'm trying to explain all of these technical words as we go along. I'm trying to encourage people also to use these words. The words have specific meanings and they convey. The words come packed with a long philosophical tradition inside of them. And not just any word that you say and you don't know what it means. So the word jiva is the one who is dwelling inside his body. The one who departs from this body and goes and takes another body in that place and goes and takes another body. And bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Bhagavan is telling Arjuna that jiva has gone to so many countless births, place after place. And he was always there. He is there now and he will always be there. In Gita, the teaching is there. So the one who travels from place to place, from body to body, is called a jiva. And a jiva has no distinction of male and female and human and animal, and no distinction of there is there for a jiva. When he goes into that body, he takes on that distinction. Jivas are all with all karmas of countless births. We have no distinction from each other. So the jiva goes there in that place and is born in the body of a dog. So then He's called as dog. Then he goes in this place, he's born in the body of a devata, he's called as devata. Same jiva only. That jiva is one with Ishvara. Very famous line you all know. Right hand is Ramayana. Shri Rama Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Ishvara Amsa, Ishvara Amsa, jiva avinashi, chetan amal sahaj sukh rashi. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Such a famous line of this Ramayana. That is jiva, you and I, who we are talking about, is ishvara amsha. Ishvara ams in Avadi, amsha in Sanskrit, is a part of Ishvara only. And the nature of the part is always the nature of the whole. This is a very simple thing. And if you take one drop of water from the ocean, the nature of the water from that drop will be the same nature as the, that is wet, this will also be wet, isn't it? That is salty, this will also be salty. The only difference is, in this example, is you can actually take the drop of water out of the ocean. But you can't take the jiva out of Ishvara. Siyaram Sarup Agad Anup Bilochanami Nanako Jalu hai. Tulsidas has written this in his Vinaya Patrika. Some other texts also. May my eyes be like the fish that swims in the ocean, to see only Ram everywhere. The fish that is swimming in the water, he's always part of the ocean. But in other words, just how the fish cannot be outside the ocean, so may my eyes never be outside Bhagwan. In fact, we are part and parcel of an infinite reality of already. It's just that we insist on holding ourselves apart from, different from, distinct from, demarcated from that reality, unidentified with reality. This is a very peculiar state of jivahood, that even though we are part and parcel of that reality, we insist and we do everything to make sure that we do not recognize that reality, that we are part and parcel of Ishvara. Kya baat hai, jiva? How is this jiva? So, this jiva has to now go through all of his spiritual practices to realize his oneness with Ishvara. That's why the verse says, Ishvara amsa jiva vinashi. The jiva is avinashi, immortal like Ishvara, imperishable like Ishvara. Jiva is same nature. Chetana amal sahaja sukha rashi, of the nature of consciousness, pure, unsullied, and ocean of bliss. The jiva is like that. And if you tell the jiva your nature is bliss, you know. Swamiji, me? A miserable creature like me? Your nature is bliss. You tell him. I am a miserable fellow. So now the jiva whose nature is bliss, he has to actually find his own nature. So this journey that Bharat is taking now to Bhagwan Ram is the journey which the jiva has to take. And we saw that his journey will have so many obstacles will be there. Journey is fraught with obstacles. So now when we left it last night, this is just before 217. We'll chant these verses again and we'll continue from there. This Ayodhya Kaanda 217, one chaupai before that. For those who are joining from home and overseas and everywhere, you have the number. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
देखी प्रभाव सुरेश ही सोचू, जगो भल भले ही पोच कहूँ पोचू।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
गुरसन कहे उकरिय प्रभु सोई, राम ही भरत ही भेंट न होई।
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
राम सकोची प्रेम बस, भरत सपेम पयोधी, बनी बात बेगरन चहती, करिय जतन छलु सोधि सियावर राम।
रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम सीताराम, सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम सीताराम, सियावर रामचंद्र जी की
जय शरणम सीताराम, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। देखी प्रभाव सुरेश ही सोचू, Indradev sees Bharat going to meet Bhagwan Ram and he got worried. Another thing about jiva, thing to worry about, he don't worry. Thing not to worry about, he worries like that. Throughout this Ramayana, such teachings are given. Bharat is going to meet the greatest bhakta of Bhagwan. He who is the very embodiment of Bhagavad Bhakti. He is going to meet Bhagwan. The greatest meeting that could happen. And Indra gets worried. Not only gets worried. When human beings get worried and jivas get worried, well, Juga bhala balehi, poch kahu pochu, we saw last night all of this. To the wicked, to the evil-minded, the world looks full of evil only. And to the good-minded, the world looks full of good only. Last night we went into, like, I should not go today. Gurasana, no, what? We have to continue. Gurasana kaheu kariya prabhu soi. He approached the Guru, Brihaspati Ji Maharaj, quickly told, you do something, Guruji. Do something. Guruji, do something means what? What to do? Are Rama hi Bharata hi bhet na hoi. That do something to make sure that this Bharat never meets this Ram. Why? Ram sakochi prema basa. Because Ram gets overwhelmed by love. Ram loses his mind when the devotee expresses love. And Bharat sapema payodhi, and Bharat is the ocean of love. Bani baat be karana chahati, kariya jatanu chalu sodhi. So you do something quickly. And not only that, Indra also tries to influence, and this is a perennial effort by jivas to corrupt the people who are not supposed to be corrupted also. The Guru is supposed to act very, very, in a very fair and unbiased fashion, not having any sides and all of that. I'm supposed to follow Dharma, Shastra, follow all of this. But Indra is trying to twist the hand of the Guru. You do some chal. Chal would mean some deceit. He's trying to twist Indra is trying to twist Brihaspatiji's hand also to get him involved in this kind of thing. And this is a very, very well-known thing across the whole world. The response from Brihaspati Guruji Maharaj is so good. See then now next verse. This is up till there we reached last night. Now what we're going to do now is the response. See that. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Rama.
Bachan sunat sur Guru Musukane.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Sahas nayan binu lochan jane.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Mayapati se vaksan maya.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Karayit ulati parai suraraya.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram. Bachana Sunat means hearing the words of Indra, what he just told, trying to curb the Guru also. Listen here. If a person has Satsang inside, if he is Satsangi and he has Satsang Bhav and he meets 5 other people, that Satsang Bhav will never go over to those 5 people. But if that fellow has wickedness inside and he meets the other 5 people, that thing gone without asking. Kusang is so natural and so swabhavik to a human being. I'll give you a simple example. You think, look here, how easy it is to fall for kusang and not satsang. Sunday morning. I was giving an example. Sunday morning. They don't lift the restriction on attendance in temple. Satsang resume. Right? 2 years you didn't get to go. Then you plan to go satsang Sunday morning. But just as you get up, your partner come. Your best friend and riding buddy. Then, what happened, boy? Something in my trunk today, man. So where's the plan? I think, let me take a drive down Manzan. What do you think? Manzan? Boy, I was thinking about going satsang. Man, the temple always there. The thing in the trunk wouldn't always be there, You see? Now what happens? Manzan. No satsang. That is very simple and easy thing. It's so easy actually. Very, very that. So the world is always like this. The corrupted trying to corrupt the uncorrupted. That will eternally be there. But the great Brihaspati, who stands erect and stands firm, sthirabuddhi, in scripture it is told. And when the Indra told the Guru, Musukane, Bachana Sunat, hearing the words, Sura Guru, Musukane, he laughed. He laughed. Then, next line, Sahasa Nayana, Binu Lochana Jane. Indra, in spite of having 1,000 eyes, you blind like a bat in the daytime. The bat part not there in Ramayana, I just add that, you know. It I know bat and thing here. Sahasa Nayana Binu Lochana Jani. Even though you have 1,000 eyes, you blind. In long stories, there was Indra and 1,000, but he has 1,000 eyes. You could go to Puranas and all and see and read. Nowadays, everything is available. Maya, then he tells further. Maya pati sevaka sana Maya. If anybody does anything against a sevak of Maya pati, if anybody does any Maya against a sevak of Maya pati, now see all these, Tulsidas, you like this type of compositions, eh? Mayapati Ram. Just now we are chanting in bhajan also. Maya Prerak Mukti Pradayak. He's the one who wields Maya. They call Maya Prerak. So Mayapati here is given. Same thing. Master of Maya. So if anybody try any Maya against a sevak of Mayapati, that is how you have to understand the words. Karaita ulati parai suraraya. O king of gods, Indra, that thing is going to go ulta. Ulta, would you hear me saying, using that word all the time? What is ulta? Ulta means that thing will go upside down. It means the man who tried the Maya against the sevak of Mayapati, that Maya coming back right to him. He continues. The verses are too nice not to chant them. Tab kichuki na Ram rukh jani.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
अब कुचाले करी होई ही हानि.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
सुनो सुरेश रघुनाथ सुभाऊ.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
निज अपराध रिसाही न गाऊ.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जो अपराध भगत कर करई.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
राम रोष पावक सो जरई.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
लोक कहूँ वेद विदित इतिहासा.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
यह महिमा जानहि दुर्वासा.
Shri Ram Jai
Ramchandra ki jai, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Indra's proposal is to make the whole thing, spoil the whole thing. We have to be careful of use that word in Trinidad also. Because when you put a spoiler on your car, you make it look good. In Trinidad language, best thing. Mash up the whole thing. That is Indra's proposal to the Guru. The Guru said, no. That is not good thing. Tabakichu keen haram rukjani. This line is a very, very important line in understanding the thread of Ramayana. Pay attention to this. Abakuchari kari hoihi hani. The first part of that line. What it means is, listen to the Guru's word, and he doesn't explain anything. That time, what we had done with the tacit approval of Bhagwan Shri Ram. But now, if we do anything, that is going to turn right back on you. But the Guru doesn't tell anything more than that. That is all he said. Tabaki chuki na Ram rukha jani. So that time was done with the tacit approval of Bhagwan Ram, and he doesn't say anything else. So what it means is, and that's why you have to have Santa Bani, Santa Sanmelana, Santa Bani to explain all of this, because that's all the Guru said. That time, which time? What the Guru means to say is, that time when all of us went and told to Saraswati ji to go and twist the tongue of Manthara, so she will twist the tongue of Kaikeyi, and Kaikeyi will ask for this boon, and Bhagwan Sri Ram will go to the forest. Please pay attention to this quarter chaupai. It's the most important thing. Tab kichukinha Ram rukha jani. Ram rukha jani means that had the tacit approval of Bhagwan Ram. That means to say what now? That means to say Rama orchestrated his own exile into the forest. You get that? This is the first time this is coming in Ramayana also. And it comes in Tulsidas ji is this type of writer. Tulsidas ji doesn't give any long explanation for anything. These type of things. That Rama orchestrated his own exile, banishment to the forest. So when all these devatas went to Saraswati, that was done with the tacit approval of Ram. But now, to get in the way of Bharat, not only that, just now we'll see again, it will come just now, that it is Rama who is called Bharat to the forest. So that is going to work in the opposite direction. If you do anything against the Bhakta of Rama, you are in trouble. And not only the Bhakta of Ram, now the Bhakta who has had the command of Ram. So, you looking for real trouble. My dear Indra, Sunu Suresh. Listen, oh Indra, Suresh means Indra. Raghunatha Subhav, this is the nature of Bhagwan Ram. What is his nature? Nija aparadha risahi nakau. If you offend Rama, he doesn't get angry. Bhagwan doesn't get angry if you offend him. Lekin, jo aparadha bhagat kar karai, Ram rosha pavaka so jarai. But if anybody offends the devotee of Ram, they will feel the wrath of the fiery arrows of Bhagwan Ram. If you offend Ram, no problem. But don't offend his devotee. This is the Guru to Indra. Lokahu beda vidita itihasa. The world tells, all stories and all traditions of the world tell this, and Vedas tell, and itihasa means all the itihasa, historical texts, they all tell this thing. And if you don't believe any of them, he says, ask Durvasa Muni. Yah mahima janahi Durvasa. Because Durvasa had gone there and caused trouble to the great Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish was such a great devotee of Bhagwan. And the Durvasa went there. Great Muni as he was, incarnation of Lord Shiva also. Durvasa Muni. Great Muni as he was, he gave trouble to the Bhakta of Bhagwan. Who is the Bhakta? Raja Ambarish. And then what happened? Bhagwan let that Sudarshan Chakra after the Durvasa. In Trinidad language, Durvasa Muni does it. 1 year he was running from that, you know. He run non-stop for a year, you know. In the end, Bhagwan told, you go and surrender to that Ambarish only. So anybody who troubles the devotee of Bhagwan, if you trouble Bhagwan, it is okay. In any case, what? Everybody trouble Bhagwan in any case. That's what we are all doing every day, isn't it? Bhagwan, give me this. Bhagwan, give me that. Bhagwan, why you do this? They're troubling the Lord only. And a whole day people come from you and asking, give me this, give me that. What are you going to do? When you see them coming, you run and hide, isn't it? So in any case, we don't trouble the Lord already. But if we trouble the Lord's devotees, that is trouble for ourselves. Huh? Very nicely. And these are very famous lines, because why? The great Brihaspati is speaking. So most of the lines have become very famous. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram
Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Bharat Saris ko Ram Sanehi, Jagu Jap Ram, Ram Jap Jehi. Shri Ram Jaya Ram,
Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Bolo Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Raja Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Bolo Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram.
If you trouble the devotee of Bhagwan, Bhagwan's arrow will come after you like that. And then the Guru conducted a nice logical presentation by the Guru. Bharat Sarisa ko Ram Sanehi. And where is there a greater devotee of Bhagwan Ram than Bharat? See, Guru's question, eh? And where is there a greater devotee of Bhagwan Ram than Bharat? And what is the proof of this greatness of this devotee of Bhagwan Ram? Japu, Jaga Japu Ram. And Ram Japu Jehi. That the whole world is doing japa of Ram, 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 Ram. And Ram is doing japa of Bharat. Bharat, 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 Bharat. Where will there be a greater devotee than that? Whose name the Lord also is doing japa of. So, where would you find a greater devotee of this Ram than Bharat? And so, you want to trouble this such a great devotee of Bhagwan. Sunu Suresh Upadesh Hamara, you listen to my advice. Rama hi sevak parama pyara. Rama loves his sevak, his devotee. Manat sukhu sevak sevakai, sevak beir beiru atikai. If that sevak, if you make enmity with that sevak of Bhagwan Ram, then you become an enemy of Ram also. Not only of the sevak. That is the idea. Huh? Jadyapi sama nahi jaga, Jadyapi sama nahi jaga na roshu, raga na roshu, gahahi na papa punu guna doshu. Even though Bhagwan is, in this verse and this section, see, I still have not gone into the 10 dohas for today yet. This is still from yesterday. But the reason is, There are some fundamental teachings in these verses, and we cannot just leave them like that. The Guru is answering a big question which people ask all the time. The Sura Guru, Deva Guru, is answering. What is the question? Let me tell you. I'm sure it would have crossed your mind also. In Bhagavad Gita, for instance, there it is said, and throughout the scriptures everywhere it is said, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha, that I am equal to all. Bhagavan is saying, I am equal to all. I have no special love for this one and no special hatred for that one. I am equal to all. But at the same time, while the same scriptures say that Bhagavan is equal, see, this is what he's telling here. Jadyapi sama. Sama means he is equal. Even though he is equal to all. The same word in Gita, sama is Sanskrit word. Samoham sarvabhutam. Samo and sama is same. So, even though the Lord is equal to all, how it is that the Lord blesses the devotees, because the scriptures also tell that. He blesses the devotees and he doesn't bless the non-devotee. Now the blessing to the devotee will be useless than saying he blesses the devotee. If he is sama, he is equal to all. So you please understand this thing. The Guru tells in a very famous line, which we chanted in the beginning when we were chanting verses. Almost every day we chant this verse. Almost, I don't know. When it comes, we chant. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram
Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Karma Pradhan विश्व करि राखा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
जो जस करई सो तस फल चाखा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
जो जस करई सो तस फल चाखा.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya
Jaya Ram. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Karma Pradhan Vishwa Kari Rakha. The Lord has placed a most preponderating law in the universe, a law that is non-transgressible, a law that cannot be broken by anybody, including Bhagavan doesn't break the law. So when Bhagavan gave that monkey face to Narad and Narad gave the sharp, Bhagavan took the sharp. He also follows the law. What is it? Jo jasa karai so tasa phalu chakha. As we sow, so we reap. Actually, I see. Jo jasa karai so tasa. Jo and so. He, whatever he does, he reaps. Whoever. It's not what you do and I reap. That is only happening in agriculture. In Trinidad, that's called predial lasani. As I sow, so I reap. As you sow, so you reap. Huh? One day I was in the prison just for a little visit. Ashok Ji, vice president, who was a prison officer, he carried me there. for a little visit. I see a prisoner, he have a needle and thread, and he's sewing his pants. I say, boy, you're sewing? He said, no, I'm reaping. Because in prison, what you actually? Reaping only. How you end up there? So, the rule is, so you sow, so shall you. This is the rule given very clearly. Now, how does that answer the question which I have told you just now? The question people ask is, if Bhagwan is same to all, equal to all, how he blesses the devotee and then Bhagwan is like, that's why he calls Surya Bhagwan. He's called Raghuvamshi, like son. Listen now. The son doesn't say, well, this fellow is a papi, Mahapapi, not only simple papi. He's Mahapapi. So I will not give him any sunlight. This fellow, he is Sadhu Babaji. I'll give him sunlight. The sun ever tells? No. The sun gives sunlight to all and sundry equally. Correct? The sun gives sunlight to a poisonous plant, and it gives sunlight also to an ambrosial plant. The sun doesn't withhold its sunlight. But in Trinidad, we have a very nice style. What we do? We take an umbrella and we're going down the road in the hot sun. We have an umbrella. So what you do? We block out the sun. And then you go in the pharmacy. You take the same umbrella, block out the sun, and walk down the road and go to the pharmacy and buy vitamin D pills. Kya baat hai jiva? This is how the jiva. This jiva, a wonderful person, I tell you. He block out his sunlight and going to buy the pills to get. Wow, wow, wow. So now, if you want the vitamin D, all you have to do is remove your umbrella. Isn't it? You got to put down the umbrella. There's a song like that in Sesame Street. You got to put down the ducky. So you have to put down the umbrella. The idea is Bhagwan's grace, Bhagwan's blessings, Bhagwan's love, Bhagwan's compassion, asim kripa, akaran kripa. That thing is beaming down on the entire universe 24/7 non-stop. But I have put a facade of an umbrella over my mind and my heart and my everything. And I blocked out that grace. How will you get it? And the devotee is the one who has thrown all of this facade to the wind and has opened his heart to Bhagwan. Why you wouldn't get it? That is the devotee. It's not Bhagwan's fault. That as to the extent that I open and I cast away the facade, I cast away all the blockages, I get the grace of. That means what? First, there's some effort from my side is required. I have to throw out some certain things, isn't it? That is the idea. That is the answer to that question, the eternal question. Tadapi karahi sama bishamabi hara bhagata abhagata hridaya anusara aguna api. And it gives. This is all Vedanta and all. I'll have to move on. Ram sada sevak ruchi rakhi. His grace is always there to protect his seva. His grace is never absent. This is a very famous line also. Veda Purana Sadhu Sura Sakhi. Ram sada sevak ruchi rakhi. Rama's grace will always protect his devotee, because his devotee has made himself available for that grace. Asajya jani tajahu kutilai harahu karahu bhagata pada priti suhai. The Guru tells to Indra, you drop this evil intent which you have in your mind and you develop love for the feet of Bharat. The Guru tells to the disciple, Bharata Ram ayas anusari. That's what I was telling you just now. See, Satyasanda Prabhu Sura Hitakari, Bharat Ram ayas anusari. Bharat is coming to the forest only by the command of Bhagwan Ram. All of it. You see, we're thinking this happened and that happened. The whole, that's why we chanted in the beginning also. Hoi hi soi jo Ram rachi rakha. That only will happen which is ordained by Ram. Suni sura bara sura guru bara bani bha pramod mana miti galani. Listening to these words of wisdom from the Guru. That is why he remains as Indra, He listens to the Guru. उसमें राक्षस भाव नहीं है. उसमें राक्षस भाव नहीं है. Means Indra doesn't have a Rakshas disposition. But the Rakshas is such that after the Guru help him, he could turn on the Guru only. Bhasmasur. He gone by Bhagwan and asked for boon. If I put my hand on anybody's head like this, they turn to Bhasma. They turn to ashes. How am I going to know if this boon way you give me is correct or true or not? Come, let me try it out on yourself. He want to try it on Bhagwan only. That is Bhasmasu. That is Rakshas Bhav. But when the Guru told to Indra, Indra told, Guruji Maharaj, what you tell is right. And the Indra now and all the Devatas, they showered down flowers on Bharat like that. As he is going through the forest. Raghubara Bharana Biloki Barabari Samet Samaj. We saw this journey of Bharat going. They came to Jamuna. And all the inanimate objects also became so enamored by Bharat's form and all that we saw last night. They come to Jamuna, they have also blessings of Jamuna and all such things, and they go. By Tulsidashi puts a nice line for all of us. I thought we should see this line also. Now this is before 223. After 222, see this line. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Payap Bhagati Bharat Acharanu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kahat sunat dukha dushan haranu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Bhayap Bhagati Bharat Acharanu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kahat sunat dukha dushan haranu.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama.
Jaya Raghu Rama.
Jaya Raghu Rama.
Jaya Sita Rama.
Jaya Sita Rama.
Bhayap Bhagati Bharata Acharanu. Three things about Bharat. Tulsidaji leaves us with all of these wonderful teachings in the life of Bharat. His brotherly love, his love for his brother. This is something very important for human beings. His brotherly love, Bhayapa, his brotherly affection which he has for his brothers. Then Bhakti, his devotion which he has for Ram as a Lord. His Bhagati, then Acharanu, and his conduct in life. His conduct in life, when he knew that this kingdom was supposed to go to Rama, therefore I am not going to sit on this. So his conduct is impeccable. All of these things says kahata sunat dukh dushana haranu. If we study, speak about it and listen about this, the life of Bharat, means all our impurities will go away. This is usually said about Bhagwan, isn't it? If you listen about the glories of Bhagwan, where Ram Katha we were seeing in the beginning, in Balkan. But now it is also said of Bharat in this Ayodhya Khan. Such is the greatness of this devotee of Bhagwan. Manahi, mana, magahi, baru, ehu, siya Ram paduma sanehu. Milahi kirat kol banabasi Vaikha nasa batu jati udasi. On the way, Tulsidashi describes this description. We have to run over fast, but such nice description. Those of you interested in poetry and all of this, you have to really go through all of these lines one by one. On the way, he met all the various classes of people, and all of them thinking about the feet of Bhagwan Ram. Kirat means all the jungle people, means all the forest dwellers. Kol means various classes of forest dwellers. Banabasi means those who are the forest dwellers. Then Vaikanas means grihastis who had given up grihastha life and gone to vanaprastha life. Meeting those type of people. Batu, brahmacharis living in the forest. Jati, all the yogis with their jata on their head. Udasi, those who are totally dispassionate and given up. All those type of people, they became all blessed to get the darshan of Bharat. And Bharat did pranam to all of them as he went also. Rama Sakhate Samaya Dekhavan. Then, remember they had met Guha and Guha was following along with them. That time, they came closer to the ashram of Bhagwan Sri Ram. And now Guha shows from the distance. Still, there is an obstacle. But before we see that, I think we have to see that if time is left today, otherwise tomorrow. Let me tell you about the obstacle which has just been overcome. That obstacle is called as Deva Vighna. Deva Vighna. Deva Vighna means, you've heard that there's Adhyatmik Tap, Adi Vautik Tap, and Adi Devik Tap. Means that we can get afflictions from within. We can get afflictions from the environment around. And we can get afflictions from the, what we call as the cosmic powers. Like here, look here. From inside, I can get worried or I can get fear. That will come from inside, isn't it? This is Adhyatmik Tap. Suddenly you get scared for no reason. Or some people nowadays, I don't know, it's going around quite often. People are telling me everywhere they have panic attack. When they tell me that, I just start a panic. Panic attack. I don't know what is it yet, but yet we know what, because in Trinidad language, what miss you, pass you, we know. So anyway, so there's something from inside where there's nothing outside. Panic attack, Adhyatmik Tap. Then there's Adi Bhautik Tap, means from outside. Meaning to say, you have to come by the ashram by way that you're going to know. I don't know if you just face it here, but if a fella does play music there, my window does dance. The window will rattle, grrr, 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 like that. Adhyatmik coming from outside, Adi Bhautik coming from outside. You see? And the neighbors and the dog. Only when you slip away, then the dog start to bark. Then there's something called Adi Devik Tap. Adi Devik Tap means that we get from afflictions, come from the cosmic powers or the phenomenal powers. That suddenly some storm comes, some earthquake comes. Earthquake there in Venezuela, but your house shaking. You see? Big thing, some big cosmic event. So, this Deva Vighna is quite akin to that obstacle that we face from the great cosmic powers. And I told you last night also, if one is, first of all, a sincere devotee of Bhagwan, no chal, a sincere devotee of Bhagwan, first thing. Second, one has chitta ekagrata, single pointed attention in one's purpose. The mind integrated and his mind is fixed on that purpose alone. Such a person could never be, the Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik, everything will come, but it can never hinder such a person on their journey. It cannot touch that person. And this is what is happening to Bharat. The gods also try to stop him, with the aid of the Guru of the gods. But his love for Bhagwan Ram is unmatched, and his single pointed attention to his goal is unmatched. Nothing can stop him. Nobody in Ayodhya could have stopped him. The gods couldn't stop him. Even though the obstacles will come there, nothing will touch. That is called a Deva Vighna. In our case, one little blow and we fall down. Because our mind is not sthira. We don't have that single pointed attention on our goal. And that's impeccable love for Bhagwan. That kind of thing. So that has to be developed. Then no obstacles can come. Now, Tulsidas ji takes. This Antaraj is coming with Bharat. And Guha tells, look in the distance, look there, the Chitrakoot, there Bhagwan is there. On the banks of Mandakini river, where everything is provided for him by that river and by the surrounding. And there is a Muni's ashram. From the distance, long distance, Bharat is, Guha is telling to the whole party, and the whole party is so happy just to see the hill from the distance. Now, Uha, Tulsidas said, Uha. I want you to say that, Tulsidas ji's writing, every little word matters. Uha means there. And Iha means here or Yaha. Awadhi and Hindi and all. Yaha, Iha, Uha. So when do you use such words? We use such words in regard to whom? In regard to our own position, correct or not? So if I am saying Uha, that means I am Iha, isn't it? And Tulsidas switches like that. Sometimes he'll say Iha, means he's here. So now if he's saying Uha, that means he's here and he's talking about that place over there. That means Tulsidas ji has identified with Bharat. His heart is with Bharat. And now he's going to tell something about Uha. Otherwise, he would have said Iha, where Ram is. He would have showed, I am identified with Ram. But he does this all the time. You also have to be very keen in your observation of this. So he said, Uha, there. Now we're going to tell something about there. That means he's here. Uha, he tells. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Uha Ram Rajani Avamesha. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Uma Uha Ram Rajani Avasesha. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jage siya sapan as dekha. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sahit samaj bharat janu aaye. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Nath viyog taap tan taaye. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sakal malin man deen dukhari. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. सपन भरे जल सोचन
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
सुनि सिय सपन भरे जल लोचन
श्री राम जय राम
भय सोच बस सोच विमोचन
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय 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 राम
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय वहाँ राम रजनी अवशेषा there in the night Rama got up, Sitaji woke up. The big night. Jage, see a sapan asa dekha. Sitaji had a dream and she's telling to Bhagwan Ram, Sahita Samaj Bharat Janu Aaye Nath Biyog Tapa Tan Paye. I had a dream. She's telling to Rama, Bharat is coming. Because of separation from you, Bharat is going through immense pain in his heart. And along with the whole of Ayodhya, Bharat is coming. Sakala malina manadeen dukhari. Everybody's body is wasted and everybody is sunken in sorrow. Dikh sasu an anuhari. Even the mothers, the queen mothers, all of them, mother-in-laws, all of them are coming. And all of them suffering the pangs of separation. And their body lean from such sorrow. Sunisya sapana bhare jala lochan. Bhagwan hearing the dream of Sitaji, his eyes welled up with tears. Bhaye socha basa socha vimochan. Tulsidaji's poetry waxes so eloquently. Bhaye socha basa. Tulsidaji tells, he became overwhelmed by worry. Bhagwan Ram became overwhelmed by worry. And that Ram is who? Socha vimochan. He is the one who frees the world from worry. He became overwhelmed by worry. Soch word is used twice. Soch. Bhagwan became worried when he heard that Bharat is coming. But this is a very interesting thing. The Lord hears his brother is coming and he gets worried. He should be happy, isn't it? But why he is worried, we shall see tomorrow. No. I have to stop and we'll continue this thing. Oh, that is way over there. We'll continue this tomorrow at Triveni Mandir. Oh no, tomorrow, Chinmaya ashram. Tomorrow in the ashram. The group who has chanted Dasha Doha today is from Triveni Mandir. So, thank you very much to the Triveni Mandir group, all of you who have come to chant. I don't know all the participants who were there, but thank you. Tomorrow at the ashram, we'll have a very special thank you to Ravi and Kiran's sound system for donating prasad. That's a very sound gesture. Thank you very much. All right. We will have two items from the temple side, but before that, let me just tell a few things. At the ashram, number of things are happening. Hanuman Jayanti is coming up just now on the 16th of April. So we usually have Hanuman Puja at the ashram. This has been going on for years and years and years. So we have 108 bedis like this lined up, and you have to book your bedi to come and do Hanuman Puja. I will do here in front, and everybody will do simultaneously along with me. We will do the whole Hanuman Puja. So Hanuman Jayanti, 16th of April, in the morning time it is there. Chai Sanmelan. Chai Sanmelan means we make huge cauldrons of chai on the 30th of May, and this also for many years. And this has become very famous chai now. You must come down and try the chai. Not chai tea, eh? Chai. And you could have it with some samosa and some gourmet pizza, and different types of things will be there to try out. A big event we have, 30th of May. From 20th to 24th of July, we have a residential camp at the ashram. There will be people from abroad as well, and people from here. You can come and join this camp. Okay. You have to stay there for 5 days. Okay. The Ramayana lectures which we are giving out, many people have been asking, so we have them for sale also. Those who want, they can order them. Our Sant Tulsidas campus, which you all must come and see, is a work of art. You must come down and check out the school there. It will be inaugurated in September. Please look out for that. On the compound, we have the Garam Masala restaurant. On Sunday, March 20th, we have a brunch from 10 to 2, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch on 20th of March. You can call to make a reservation. There will be live entertainment by Girish Sibu and Risha Ramlal at the restaurant. Okay. Now, one more appeal, and then we will call on Aarti Umeed Singh. And then we'll also call on Mr. Ramesh Maharaj. Okay. So one more thing. We got from the Ministry of Finance just a few days back our amount that we are supposed to pay to them for the conveyance of a property that was donated to us. Actually, we are having a big challenge with this right now. And let me just tell you, because we run a charitable organization. I mean, we can't buy things. People give things, right? There's another situation which has arisen in South also. Somebody has given 3.5 acres of land. And now here we got an acre. Now when we get these lands, remember to transfer the land, the tax has to be paid. What is that? Stamp duty has to be paid, right? Now it's a charitable organization. When people give land like that, yes, the land is worth $1.2 million, but now the stamp duty becomes $93,000. Now a charitable organization, we get the land, but then who is going to pay this thing now, you see? And this is a big challenge we are having. It is happening over and over. Now the one in South is still outstanding now. So we are trying to tackle this one here. Okay, this is happening in Felicity. So the ministry just sent a letter, we have to pay the amount. Okay, so I've been making appeal from the last couple of days. It's somewhere in the region of 93,000. I can tell the exact amount tomorrow. 92 something, I think. So in the last couple of days, we reached 15,000, let me tell you, from last night, up till last night, 15,000. So I say, if we just get 180 people to give 500, or we get 90 people to give 1,000, that is an easy target actually, not such a big target. So those of you who can make any contribution towards that paying of that that transfer tax, please do so. All right. Let me now call on Aarti Umeed Singh to receive this token of appreciation from our side. This is in 2017-2018. We did the whole Ramayana, more than 500 hours on a flash drive for you and all the members of the temple. Then we'll call on Mr. Ramesh Maharaj to give a vote of thanks, and then we'll have Aarti.
Namaste. Sitaram, or beloved Swamiji. I thoroughly enjoyed this satsang.
I'm glad.
Perhaps it is the best satsang I've attended. I have followed you on Sankhya television
Wow.
many times.
Mm.
The last profound statement you made. You mentioned the man with the net that was throwing the net, and he only caught those that were in the part of the net,
Yeah.
but never was able to catch those at his feet.
Wow.
At his feet. So find yourself at the feet of Swamiji. Nobody could catch you. I am indeed very happy to have had the privilege of being here. There was so much wisdom shared in one satsang. I could imagine for those who look like devotees who follow you around, they must be very bright. They don't need anything from the sun. Before I forget, I want to say special thanks as well for the Chinmaya preschool
Oh, yes.
that was in Harmony Hall.
Yes.
Both my grandchildren
Wow, wow.
came out of that, and I must tell you today they are very fortunate. They are both attending the convent in San Fernando.
Wow.
So they never forget. We never forget. That was their best experience. So this evening, in saying thanks, I want to say a special thanks to Ravi and Kiran. Those are the people who make all the sound. I hope he do make song home, because I just get in trouble for that. And the 101.7, these are the guys who make the difference in everything else. I'm so happy to be participating in this. So to you, Swamiji, I didn't get the number of this one.
59, I think. We have about 59.
59. 59 out of 108. And where will the next one be?
Tomorrow at the ashram.
At the ashram.
Yes.
So, namaste, and may we all have a safe trip home. This has been a blessing. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Ramesh. Please have a look at our bookstall. There are many wonderful titles that you can buy. This is Revelries in Nature from Ramayana. I'll tell you what portion of Ramayana. You will never hear this portion. Let me tell you which portion it is. Quickly. Bhagwan Ram and Sugriv had an agreement. Bhagwan Ram will help Sugriv to remove Bali, and Sugriv will help Bhagwan Ram to find Sitaji. Remember that? That will come up. When Bhagwan Ram removed Bali, there was a big period of the rainy season. So they could not go looking for Sitaji immediately. There's a big period there, some months of the monsoon in India. Today also, those of you who have been to India, you know about the monsoon. It was the monsoon time. And so they could not go searching for Sitaji. So Bhagwan told to Sugriv, you stay in the palace, I will stay in the forest. When the monsoon is over, we will go and look for Sitaji. It is in those 3 months of monsoon that Bhagwan was admiring nature and all his statements about nature. Because many people actually just overlook nature like that. So Ramayana has everything actually. So this book is about that period. The Kathopanishad, Nachiketa having a dialogue with Yamraj. All of us will have to meet Yamraj one day. Better prepare yourself. This is a good book of preparation. And a lot of little yash is filled up children's books, children's titles and little things for children. Okay, please have a look over there and we shall see tomorrow. Aarti ke liye sab khade ho jaiye. आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिरपी की आरती श्री रामायण कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीति गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकादिशेष रुसारद वरनि पवन सुत कीरति नीकी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस सार अंश सम्मत सब ईकी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी
गावत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि बर्ज बखानी काग भुषुंड गरुड़ खेही
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी
कलिमल हरनि विषय रस फीकी सुभग सिंगार मुक्ति जुबती की दलन रोग भव मूरी अमीगी तात माथ सब विधि तुलसी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पीकी
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम श्री राम जय
राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम तत्सत। प्लीज ऑल टेक योर सीट।
Swami Prakashananda invites the congregation to be seated. This is where we end our broadcast on 101.